you need to stop running Faceless AI YouTube channels. And I know this sounds crazy, but I have something way better for you, which I will break down in this exact video. Now, I know that most YouTube gurus will hate me for telling you exactly what I'm going to tell you in this video. So make sure to watch this whole video, because what I'm going to tell you in this video is something that nobody is ever going to tell you. Now, if you don't know who I am, I'm Stefan, I'm 23 years old. I'm currently making about $30,000 to $40,000 a month and consistently building new channels, as you can see right here. I've had just 2 videos, just as an example, that made me over $42,000. You can see one that made me 31, and then here another one which made me over $12,000. Then I've built a channel from literally $0 to $48,000 in literally only 30 days, as we can see right here. And then I've helped hundreds of other people do the exact same thing. So this does not only work for me, but it has worked for hundreds of other people as well. Now, I would say let's get started with this video. Now, what exact channels do I mean? What exact channels I don't want you guys to run anymore? Let me show you some examples. For example, this one. Margaret Elaine, just as an example. Here we can see these completely AI generated videos, or here Manga's Principles, where you just literally go ahead and you clone someone's voice. Just as an example, you guys can go ahead and check out these channels. I'll open one as well in a second. Or for example here, The Quiet Farmer, or just here all of these sleep channels. Now let me just open here the Quiet Farmer, just as an example. The Quiet Farmer, like this. I just want to show you how these channels look. So if you look at, just as an example, this channel here, 50 videos, 6,000 subscribers, everything looks very, very well, and it's pretty nice. But I'll show you the downsides of exactly this in a second. Now, if we click on this video, we can see that
in Hardin County, Iowa, had a place where
we can see that these videos are literally it's literally just an image or 2-3 images with a AI
the back of the barn where the weeds grew high enough to...
Yeah, so that's basically what I mean when I'm speaking about AI channels, like literally low effort slop, AI slop, right? Like for example here, the sleep in history. I've went over all of these channels now. Yes, it is super easy to run these kind of channels, but because it is so easy, every single person is doing it. And that is what makes it extremely hard running channels like that for the normal person that has never done YouTube before. Because to be successful with this, you need to have way more speed, way more volume, and in general, you need to be extremely good at choosing a niche. So you have to have extremely good niche research skills. Now, you have to keep in mind that YouTube works as a normal business. And this is extremely important. Most people forget this, completely forget this. And every, business or every marketplace has supply and demand. Now, what does this actually mean for YouTube? Keep in mind, because everyone is doing it, all right? What does this actually mean for YouTube or on YouTube? Now, so demand is what the audience actually wants to watch, and then supply is how much of that content is there already on YouTube. Now, and due to this being so easy, like these AI channels being so easy to kind of create these videos, we often see supply flooding the market, which then leads to a bunch of channels dying off. So there's really no long-term play here. Not only that, it comes with a bunch of other issues, like for example, getting demonetized, channels getting banned. And the crazy thing is, if your channel is getting banned, and most people that have never done YouTube before will not know how to separate their channels, which again gives them massive problems before they even really got into the game, if that makes sense, right? So if you go ahead and you go to YouTube, you will see that most of these channels, they literally started and they run for like 1 month or 2 months, and then they completely die off. And this is not the only case where this happens. This happens in almost all of these AI niches simply because these niches get completely flooded by videos. All right. So what do I say? What am I saying now? Am I saying that you shouldn't use AI at all anymore? No, we should use AI, but only for our advantage. But use it for things like scripting, voiceover, ideation, and so on, instead of letting it create the full video. Because in most niches, like for example here, just as an example, AI can create the full video for you, and it's extremely easy, right? So every single person is doing it, and that's why the markets get flooded, right? That's why I want to take it one step further, and that's exactly why I run my channels the traditional way, working with real freelancers to create the videos for me. Now, back then I paid like $100 for the same video. I now pay $15 to $20 because of the help of AI. So you should still use AI 100%, but I wouldn't let AI do absolutely everything for you, all right? Because then you're gonna go into niches exactly like this one. Now, the difference to the channels we build is that we build channels for the long term, all right? Now, how do these channels actually look like? Here, for example, I actually can't say this word, but here a rock channel, just as an example, here a truck guide channel, or here just as an example, dust and data. Now, if we go here, for example, let's go to truck guide, just as an example, all right? You will see something very specific. Let me go to the channel. So let me click on the video.
If you walk onto a deal.
So first thing, we can still hear AI and AI voiceover. So I still use AI voiceovers, and I also write my scripts with AI. But the video creation process, as we can see right here, is actually done by freelancers, all right? So all these channels have one thing in common. They all go the extra mile to actually create decent videos. And yes, they do use AI as well, but they don't create the videos fully with AI. Now, here is what is very interesting. YouTube has never ever been as easy as it is right now, specifically for people who want to go the extra mile. Now, let me explain. Most people just want to go the AI route. Like 99% of the people just want to create easy videos. They're one-click videos. They don't want to put in any effort. They just do AI videos. And we can literally see it on YouTube. How many of these AI channels are they, right? And everyone is just always jumping on the next big thing. But here's what is very interesting. If you're now not part of this 99% of people who literally rely on AI to do everything for you, you're now on the 1% that kind of does, like, that goes the extra mile to actually create decent videos. Now, what does that mean? Right here, like, let's just like talk about the competition just as an example because of this, right? Now, this here, just as an example, let's say this is out of 100, boom. So right here, let's say this is 90 or something right there. Okay, so right here, this is where AI channels, like these completely AI generated channels, are currently at in competition. So the competition when creating AI or completely AI generated channels is extremely high, and I would even say that it is at an all-time high right now, and that we won't see this decreasing. Now, this is the crazy chance that we today have, because as I've said, like, nobody wants to create normal videos or videos where, you know, you put in just a little bit of effort. So our competition is down here, all right? Which again gives us a way better chance of actually succeeding with YouTube, all right? Just by going the extra mile and putting in a little bit of work and kind of, as I've said, like sticking to the traditional way of YouTube automation. By the way, not only is it that we don't have that much competition, but these channels right here, if we look at this channel, this is a channel that this guy can probably run for years down the line. This here is a channel that this guy can probably run for years down the line. This here is also a channel that this specific person can probably run for years and years and years down the line. Now, this has not only worked for me, right? Building normal traditional way YouTube channels or faceless YouTube channels has not only worked for me. It has worked for, just as an example, here Martin, who went from literally $0 and no experience to hitting $24,000 in a single month only 7 months after starting. Why? Because there's literally no competition. Then we have here Marvin, who got his first €171 a day in the first 45 days of working together, and went ahead and made 200K in profit in the first 8 months of last year. All right, which was absolutely crazy. And then we have here Andre Martins, same thing. He literally started with us, or even Andre, outlier case, who started with me at the end of October in 2025 and went ahead and passed the 30K mark in just 4 months later. Again, reason, there is absolutely no competition. YouTube is at an all-time easy, if I can say it like that, right? And none of us, just want to mention this, none of us has any kind of special ability. We just have a proven strategy, and we are in a proven market that works over and over and over and over again. All right. Now, if you want to kind of skip the whole trial and error, then check out the first link in the video description. Book a completely free call with me. It will be there will be absolutely no pressure on that call. I'll just have a look if I can actually help you or not, and if I can, we'll work together. Now, but all in all, start going the extra mile on YouTube, and you will start seeing results on YouTube. Trust me. All right. And most importantly, don't let all of these guys on YouTube sell these AI creation, video creation tools fool you. All right. They're most probably not even using it themselves. The only AI tools I know for video creation that is pretty decent is VidRush. And as far as I know, VidRush is not completely open to the public yet. I'm not 100% sure on that. But VidRush is the only tool that you can actually use to create decent AI videos. Now, these kind of videos here, like these, as I've just shown you, there are so many tools out there which you can use to create where's that channel now, to create videos like this. And these tools are like, these channels will always give you just problems. Now let me know in the comments what you think about this, and then make sure to check out my 5-hour free course, where I show you exactly how I build faceless YouTube channels from literally A to Z. It will be on the screen right here. Check it out, and then I'll see you over there.